Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be on cooling for a Raspberry Pi 4. Some of you may be aware that the Pi does actually have some overheating issues, and these modifications are aimed at helping alleviate some of that. So to get started, we're going to need the Raspberry Pi 4, of course. I've printed out a case. You can also buy them. And finally, you're going to need the actual cooling elements, which is the fan and some heat sinks with the nuts and bolts that go with the fan. These I purchased off Amazon. They're only £5 or £6, so nothing too expensive. Right, so we are going to start with the heatsink. Now the heatsink are already cut to size, so which chip they go over should be fairly easy to figure out. Once you figured it out, what you want to do is you want to flip the heatsink over. There'll be some thermal tape on the bottom. You want to just peel the plastic kind of wrapping and simply place it onto the chip for which the heatsink belongs to. Once you've done this, you may need to apply some pressure with, in my case I'm using the tweezers just to make sure that it's nicely seated and it has stuck over the chip. It's all a fairly simple process, so it shouldn't take too long, just a couple of minutes just to get them all placed down and make sure they're all nice and secure. As you can see, once it kind of touches the chip, it doesn't really come back off, so try and make sure that you get it on correctly. The last part of the process is going to be mounting the fan and getting it plugged into the Pi board. This is a really simple task. All we're going to do is we're going to put the 4 screws through the top of the case, then we're going to flip the case around and we're going to mount the fan to the case using the 4 mounting holes, and then we're going to tighten that down with the nuts. Once the 4 nuts are tight, we need to plug the fan into the Pi board. Important to note here, the red cable, which is for the power, is 5 volts and it's going to plug into pin 4 on the board, and the black cable, which is the ground, is going to plug into pin 6. There are other methods to do this, but for this video this will work just fine for us. Once we have that plugged in, we can power it up and test that the fan is working, and in our case it is, and that's it. So you can see, guys, that it is really simple to get active and passive cooling for the Raspberry Pi 4, and it is fairly cheap to do this. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, bye.